long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, the Mandalorian continues his quest around the galaxy for... I don't know, honestly the show's kind of peering off, but I still like it. Kinda. This is Fake Nerds Watch The Mandalorian. I'm Ben Magnet. This is Brandon Iliopoulos.
It's me.
Sparks Witty, and Brandon T. McClure is back.
He's back.
I promised you I'd be on all these episodes. I failed.
Hey, it happens.
Hey, dude, life.
Just like The Mandalorian, he also fails.
Just like these episodes come out a week after we record them. Life.
Life.
Finds a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine.
This is the way.
Yes.
Yeah, I was not on the last episode, so you guys covered 3 and 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I liked 3. The show's not going anywhere.
yes, I agree.
I mean, I still like the show. I still enjoy it, but I'm waiting for that oh shit factor at the end of episode 1, with the reveal of the child, aka Baby Yoda.
For me, the first 3 episodes are the best of the show.
Mm-hmm.
There's plot, there's momentum. I really do like the Mandalorian as a character. I kind of like how he's bumbling. He can win a fight, but it's a struggle.
He's not
for him.
the best.
So I like that.
He's not a one-man wrecking crew, essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, even in episode
He gets his ass kicked.
yeah,
sometimes.
even in episode of The Prisoner, there are times, like the security droids, he does get shot.
Mm-hmm.
He gets hit. I mean, luckily
he has his armor.
Yeah, he has the best car, which deflects lasers, which is awesome.
Yep.
But he still gets hit. He is not the greatest martial artist in the galaxy.
It's literally plot armor.
Oh my god, it is!
Um,
Holy shit.
I didn't even realize.
You're right.
That's great.
But yeah, I basically agree with what you guys were saying about 3 and 4. 4 was not great.
Yeah.
However, the ATST looked awesome.
It
It
did.
did.
Yeah.
Um,
Again, like, the look of the show is never the problem. They clearly have money. For me, a lot of the time, it's the writing and just the story choices that they're taking in this 8-episode, like, almost, it's not a miniseries, but it's small.
You guys talked about it a bit, where it's like,
It's meandering.
I almost would have preferred less episodes that were longer.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, you want to give me 4 60-minute episodes instead of 8 half-hour episodes?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I'm
into that.
I would tend to agree, because most of the shows I watch are an hour long, and it feels like I'm not getting a lot. The further we get into the season, I feel like I'm getting almost less and less with each episode,
Yeah.
and I'm like, this isn't what I expected to feel.
Yeah, that's really all I got about those.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
3
I
and
definitely
4.
think this is 5 and 6, right?
Yeah.
I think episode 5 is a lot. For me, I like episode 5 a lot. It's funny, I like episodes 1, 3, and 5 a lot.
No, I'm in the same place.
Yeah,
Yeah,
1,
I'm
3,
in
5
the same
rule,
place.
2, 4, 6 are like, okay. Yeah.
See, I'm opposite. I preferred 6 to 5.
Okay.
Okay.
But only on this one. You're not opposite before that.
Oh, no,
Okay.
I'm with you, I guess, on that one. I liked 5, but it had the exact same problem, and 6 does too. But I think 6 was kind of a fun episode.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the plot's just not going anywhere.
Yeah, because
It's just kind of stagnant.
one of the things, the only big thing about 5 is that there was a little bit of a cliffhanger, or not even a cliffhanger, it was like a setup, because after Ming-Na Wen's character gets shot, a body, like, you see 2 legs appear over
With
her
spurs.
body. With spurs. So,
That's Carl Weathers, right?
No, it's Boba Fett.
It's not Boba Fett.
It's 100% Boba
It's
Fett.
not Boba
He wears
Fett.
spurs.
It's not Boba Fett.
All right.
Boba Fett does not wear spurs.
He does wear spurs.
when?
Not in Empire.
When he walks, he goes ching ching ching. That's a trademark thing that people know about him.
All right, but
I promise
he
you.
doesn't get little spurs on
No,
his
but-
legs.
It's
not
people
Boba
think
Fett.
it's Boba Fett.
Yeah, that's what I first thought of, but honestly, I was like, can it not be Boba Fett?
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's Carl Weathers.
Yeah.
Carl Weathers is hot on the trail.
Yeah, could be.
That's what I think. I mean, like, it could be Boba Fett.
What do you think?
I don't have a specific opinion, but I don't think it's Carl Weathers.
Yeah.
I don't think Carl Weathers has spurs.
Yeah.
Nobody wears spurs.
Not actual spurs, but when the down
But the
spurs
person,
make the
but the
ching
person
ching.
who's walking,
Maybe
I don't think that's
his
his...
gears got.
That's
got
not
some-
the sound that
got
makes,
some
my man.
Tingling.
Star Wars is known for one thing, and it's sound effects. They're doing probably a like switcheroo where it's not Boba Fett, but when Boba Fett walks, he walks with the sounds of spurs. That's what happens in the 2 movies.
The space battle was cool.
It was cool.
Yeah.
Yes. Again, the effects are never the problem with the show.
Oh, is this
It's
the
funny.
one where he drops back and
Yeah.
then blasts
Yeah.
the guy?
Yes.
That was
And then
cool.
of course the guys,
Model work.
Yeah.
and of
Looks
course
real
the
good.
guy's like, I could bring you warm or cold, and then he gets behind and says, "That's my line." Pew pew.
Yeah. At the end of the episode. Yeah.
So episode 5, we go to Tatooine.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I like that we waited this long to go to a place that we've seen before.
I agree.
It's also a very Dave Filoni trait to return to a place but have it be so different.
Yes.
Yeah.
We don't see every single person that we see from when we go to Tatooine.
Right.
Which is
And
nice.
even like we go to the bar, the same bar,
Yep.
and a droid is running it.
Yeah.
And before, no droids were allowed. We see kind of a scoundrel, but he's a very rich guy who just wants to be
In
part
the guild.
in this guild.
And also, we see a bunch of stormtrooper helmets.
Yeah,
Like,
the
Vlad-
Tusken Raider one.
Yeah.
The Tusken Raider scene was also really
Really
interesting.
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The first time that they are,
I-
civilized.
Like, this
Yeah.
guy was such hot shit, and then Mando's like, tell them that, and the camera just pans to 2 Tusken Raiders like, what, bitch?
Oh yeah, that was also really good. That's a really good thing because like the Tusken Raiders kind of come out of nowhere when we
Yeah.
first see them in episode 4.
Mhm.
That but when we see they just kind of like standing there this time instead of like coming out. I like that.
Yeah.
Filoni is
I think Filoni directed that episode,
he does
too.
he did direct this one.
Yeah.
It's a Bryce Dallas Howard directed the last one, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So that means Taika is the next one.
No, Taika didn't direct 6. It was...
No, I know Taika 7 though, right?
Oh, maybe?
I mean, he did. He has to be 7 or 8.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But I like seeing the Tusken Raider stuff. I like seeing the changed Mos Eisley as a prequelist. It was really nice to see the droids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah.
No, I like those pit droids.
Yeah, I like the pit droids design.
You don't have to be a prequelist to like those droids.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying, but it was nice to see because one of the things I like about the comic book Star Wars and the animated series Star Wars is that we see references to other eras of Star Wars. We try to find that blend of other eras of Star Wars. We don't get that a lot in the movies. Generally, the movies tend to stay in their lanes.
Yeah. Sure.
We don't see a lot of references to the other eras.
I mean, this one, it's gone quite a few places, which I enjoy.
Well, what I'm saying is,
especially the Mandalorian.
much like the animated series in the comic books, the Mandalorian is also pulling from the prequels, the sequels.
Not afraid to do it, yeah.
The original trilogy.
Like, one of the reasons, like, earlier episodes, I want to say it's episode 2, where we finally see why the Mandalorian hates droids so much.
Yeah, Super
Because
Battle Droid.
Yeah, the Separatists were killing his family.
That
right?
Super Battle Droid looked real good.
It did. And even when
on the first episode I was on, you talked about you weren't sure if the Empire had fallen at this point. We were in this episode. You asked me like where we were in the timeline, if the Empire was like gone at this point in when we see the Mandalorian.
No, it's 5 years after.
No, I know, but I realized afterwards that the Empire fell 1 year after. 1 year
Battle
after
of
the Battle of
Yavin.
Yavin.
Yeah.
Battle of Jakku
But
was the
it's
final
5 years
Death
after
Star.
Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It was a question you asked me. I was just I didn't know if you had seen if you had.
I don't recall asking this question.
I do. It doesn't matter. Yes.
Empire's gone!
The Empire is
Yeah.
gone. So Werner Herzog.
He says in the first episode the Empire's gone.
Werner Herzog doesn't work for the Empire. So I wonder who he is. He can't because the Empire, as we know it in continuity, the Empire is gone, and the unknown regions are going to build the First Order from the ashes of the Empire.
I think it's a situation where the Empire has fallen, yes, but there are still remnants of the Empire fighting to keep control, even if they don't deserve it.
When we first heard about the show, they were talking about the stormtroopers. Whenever we see stormtroopers, they're kind of like mercenaries now.
I mean, that makes sense, yeah.
So they're like hired guns.
Yeah.
Whenever we see stormtroopers. So I wonder if the reveal will be that Werner Herzog is working for what will be the First Order.
Oh, yeah, okay, they're slowly building it.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
But he still
actually.
could be former Empire.
Yeah, that's
No, yeah,
true,
of course,
because
yeah.
a lot of,
Well, because he probably is because he had Imperial Beskar.
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
that
That would be a really nice way of combining the two trilogies.
Yeah.
I think that would be good.
because
Actually.
the First Order was built from we know from I think the Aftermath novels that Hux's dad was an Imperial soldier, and because of that, he grew up in the unknown regions and built the First Order with his dad. So I do wonder if we're going to reveal that. Right now, we're seeing the beginnings of the First Order.
That would be. I would really like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would too.
Not even like the actual beginning, just like the very beginnings of it. Not even like here's the First Order. Like we're trying to do this thing.
Yeah, we know, like, if we get a hint that we know that the First Order is coming from wherever we are seeing.
Other survivors of the Empire are meeting up in the unknown regions so they can grow the First Order.
Maybe Thrawn.
Maybe.
That'd be dope.
Thrawn's got to show up somewhere.
I just want him to show up. That's all I want.
He disappeared.
Amy Sedaris is a major character in this 5th episode. I like her a lot. She's like a mechanic lady who takes after Yoda.
I like her a lot too.
Mos Eisley.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Also, I just love when the Mandalorian comes out. You see the pit droids, and then no droids.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna take me 3 times as long because you're a jerk and won't let me get help. So, like, I hope you got money for it, bro.
Did you guys see... So, I don't know... this show's filmed strangely.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys noticed it, but whenever we see it in these... I saw it mostly in these 2 episodes, but if you watch the Mandalorian turn a corner, it doesn't look like he's turning.
Yeah.
It looks like he's going straight and the corner is turning.
It could just be like the way it's filmed, yeah.
But yeah, that'd be a really weird way to film it.
Yeah.
I have a theory that most of the backgrounds are digital.
Oh, I probably wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah, I think that there's a lot more digital backgrounds than we.
I wouldn't be shocked if like the first half of the season had a lot more of the practical effects, and the later half, it's like all the people are obviously still real, but like, oh, we got to do more CGI, baby. We don't got time.
So I wonder because I heard something that there is VR filming, much like the Lion King. But I don't know how they're utilizing it with live action.
I wouldn't be shocked. I will say I don't think it ever looks bad enough where it takes me out of it or anything.
No, but it's weird because every now and then you notice it. But every now and then it will just be like it just be like the Mandalorian's just walking straight and then the corner's moving.
Yeah.
And he's not turning the corner is moving. And it's just weird. It's a weird way to film it.
If
it is a practical film, it's just a weird way to do it.
I mean, we're finding like boom mics in shots, so like maybe it's like like they're just working real fast and real hard.
That could be. It's just strange.
Yeah,
it's not a criticism, just strange.
Yeah. This is the episode with Ming-Na Wen. Yeah. Okay, so yeah. The Mandalorian needs money, and he goes to the Mos Eisley Cantina, and there's this young upstart guild guy. He's like, "Hey, I'm new to the guild, but I wanna."
They can't hear that. They don't know
What
why
are you
he's
doing?
in that.
He's burping.
Okay.
I'm trying to contain it, and he's over here doing gestures
This is
about
a
it.
podcast, bro.
I'm concerned.
They can't hear me.
But yeah, this young upstart, like, I want to be part of the guild, and like I got this super hot bounty, and he's like, "Do you know who this is? This is Ming-Na Wen."
Yeah, he's just like, "Good luck."
Yeah, like, I don't want to fight her. I don't want to die. And he's like, "But I want to get famous." He's like, "Yeah, this will punch my ticket into the guild." It's like, you're an idiot. Yeah. Okay. But he needs the money. What's the reason he ends up doing it? Do you remember?
He pays him.
He says he'll give him everything.
Yeah, he'll give him all the credits, the cut of the share. He just wants the credit for the bounty to get into the guild.
Yeah, he just wants a spot in the guild. Yeah.
So Mando gets the money. He gets the glory.
Yeah. And his ship is broken like shit, so he needs the money.
Well, he got shot at.
Yeah. Yeah. And a cool. Yeah.
Well, he wrecked like an entire engine because he did that back maneuver and he hit the ship.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was a cool maneuver. Bad for your ship.
Yeah,
Man, that guy knows some maneuvers.
He's listening. He's leave to the left. Family Guy, Blue Harvest.
The only good one.
Yeah, it's just weird that now we've done 2 what are essentially filler episodes in an 8-episode run.
I could argue the next one's a filler episode.
Yeah, I feel like it's filler too.
I think there's more. I personally feel like there's more meat on the 6th episode because we get kind of what I want from the show, which is a larger cast.
I agree. I do agree with that.
And we get more of what the politics of the world of the New Republic are, and because we do see the New Republic, by the way, coming up by Dave Filoni.
Yeah. And not just that, but like Deborah Cho and a bunch of like most of the directors for the season.
I think the director for episode 6 was there too.
all the directors are those pilots.
Oh, that's awesome.
There's Rick Fumiyawa.
Yeah. Okay, that's
he was the 3rd pilot.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
They're all directors.
I like that a lot. So I think that we see a little bit more of the. We get a little bit more information of at least the galaxy at this point in episode 6, where we don't in episode 5.
I think episode 5 is a better episode for the time, and episode 6 is too rushed and sloppy.
I'll agree with that.
Yeah.
I think episode 5 is nice for what I'm going in for. I get everything out of it I want.
Yeah.
What it sets up to be.
I get every character interaction in it I want. I get every beat in it I want. I really like the driving over the sand dunes. This episode feels more interesting, even though it is like technically like filler. It's him like needing to repair his ship and everything.
Yeah.
But it's more interesting to watch than the last one was, than episode 4.
I get that. Yeah, I always felt like watching episode
the Flash strategy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good...
Yeah.
With the sniper, yeah.
Watching episode 5, I kind of realized that this is the show... Episode 5 is the type of episode that they said they were going to do. Like, before we knew about Baby Yoda, this was the kind of thing that we thought that the show was going to be. It was just going to be this guy going around doing bounties.
Right.
But Baby Yoda...
I really like that.
Yeah, but Baby Yoda kind of threw the wrench in, like, oh, there's actually a story that should happen. And it feels like old television, when, not like 90s era television, when they were experimenting with syndication with like the X-Files and Star Trek: The Next Generation, when they were experimenting with serialization, where they would have an overarching plot that encompassed the whole show, but there would be 21 episodes of just episodes, and then the end episode
But now
would
we
be the plot.
get 8 of those instead.
So what I was thinking about is the fact that I think we're just being really resistant to the form of storytelling it's chosen because we're used to shows not doing this.
Yeah.
But this show is just, this is the bounty hunter's life. It's just, each episode is a day in his life, and that's it. There just happens to also be the Baby Yoda, which is just there motivating what is happening to him, why he has to be on the run, making his life slightly more interesting. That's it.
Yeah.
And, we're just so resistant to it. Because that's not
But
how
that's the
shows
thing.
are made anymore.
I don't think that's
now,
just
hold on.
it, though.
No, I'm not done.
Okay.
Now, I think we're just so resistant to that, so we're like, when is the show going to start being the show? And it's like, no, this is the show.
Yeah.
It's just that the show could be better.
Yes.
Yeah. It can be this, but, episode 4 could have been better. It could have been the exact same thing, but it could have been better.
Yeah.
Episode 5 is really good. I think episode 3 and episode 1 and episode 2 even are all good examples of this show, this exact show, good. But episode 6 and episode 4, I think, are pretty sloppy.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, I do agree. Episode 6 is what I personally wanted. It's the sleazier side of the universe, or the galaxy. You see all these different bounty hunters. But for me, and you guys would probably disagree, I found episode 6 was the writing of it to be pretty bad a lot of the time.
No, I do agree.
I think some of the, especially the Twilight character, it's the first time in the show where I'm like, I think this is a bad actress.
Nymphadora Tonks.
Yeah. It's Tonks?
Tonks from Harry
I don't
Potter.
think she's good in this. I think her hissing and her interactions with the Mandalorian of it's a lot of telling me, not showing me. And she has this history with him, but she's just saying all these things that I don't buy.
She's also acting like a Twilight that we've never seen before.
Yes.
And her makeup is bad.
Her makeup is
Yeah.
And the other Twilight's makeup is also bad.
I was about to
What's
say,
so interesting about we've never seen a male Twi'lek in live action. We've
No.
only ever
No,
seen them
we
in
haven't.
animation. That should never have been fixed because they look real bad in live action.
Yeah.
Because they got those weird brows.
Yeah, they got the brows.
Yeah.
We should have only ever seen them in animation.
Yes.
I did not appreciate seeing them in live action.
Before we move on to 6, do we have anything else we want to add to 5?
I was surprised that Ming-Na Wen died.
I was also surprised. I think I'd rather them do bold choices like that, or just use an actor for a little bit, because I think that is kind of bold. Or you don't. Not every actor needs to be in it the whole time.
Right, but here's what I'm thinking. Here's what I'm thinking that would have made the show better for I think all of us, if I may be so bold. But
No.
okay, never mind.
Go ahead.
Just for me.
Too bold to go.
Damn it.
Sorry.
Okay, so we've now met Nick Nolte.
Yep.
We've now met Taika Waititi.
I want a crew.
I want a crew.
Yep.
I want a crew. I think that the show would be 100% better if it had a crew, because I don't necessarily agree with the fact that we don't get the Mandalorian as a character. I think the person under the mask is not a very good actor most of the time.
Yeah.
But I do think that through camera and music, they do a lot of that legwork to tell me what the Mandalorian is thinking, how he is feeling. However, he has no one to bounce off of except for a puppet.
Yeah,
and
it's not enough.
I was fine with that for the first 3 episodes, but now we're into episode 6, and episode 6 was refreshing because he had a crew. It was a crew of all bad people.
Yeah.
But if we had a crew, ideally it would be Taika and Nick Nolte and Cara Dune.
Yep.
Maybe Ming-Na Wen, I don't know. But ideally it would be that as a crew.
I honestly think all you need is Cara Dune.
Yeah.
I think if you just walked out of episode 4 with her being on the ship with him, they're gonna keep coming for you. I'm gonna
Just-
help you protect this kid.
just one
just
foil.
that. is enough.
Yeah.
Because that's one more person.
Yeah.
That's just that one person. Because otherwise, the thing is, like, if he had a full crew, I feel like everywhere they have to come up with really big stakes for him to be stoppable.
Sure. Yeah.
But if he's just got one other person with him, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's enough.
And so here's what's so strange about that. So who's the actor who plays Cara Dune?
Gina Carano.
Gina Carano. Okay, so I'm gonna real quickly call out Josh Gad's newest video about Daisy Ridley.
I watched it.
Where he tries to get Daisy Ridley to be.
He's done it for every movie.
Yeah, to reveal the plot of Rise of Skywalker. It's very funny.
Yeah.
He has a bunch of actors come in through a door to ask
lot.
questions. A lot
Yeah.
of actors. One
Yeah.
of them is John Boyega, and it's hilarious.
Yeah.
And because John Boyega's like, who are Rey's parents? And Daisy Ridley's like, John, you're in the movie.
You know who it is.
You know. So one of the people who come in are Pedro Pascal and Gina Carano.
Yep.
And they say, hey, we're in the family now, can you talk to us? And like, you know, obviously Cassie and Diego Luna and Alan Tudyk also. But like, most of the press has been about Gina and Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
Why? If Gina's only in one episode?
Because they're filming season 2.
Yeah.
I'd like to imagine that season 2 is going to have more of the crew stuff that we want.
I hope
and
so.
this is almost like the entire season is a soft pilot for The Mandalorian.
Or an experiment.
And I'm like, cool experiment, guys. Looks real good, but like, maybe you should have worked on it a little bit more.
It also makes me a little worried about the other Star Wars shows.
No, I'm not worried.
I'm a little worried because it depends on.
I don't want this show. I don't want Cassian and Andor to feel like the show. I don't want it to be half good.
Neither do I.
So I am a little worried.
I'm not worried because like I think a lot of this problem does stem purely from like what the Mandalorian is.
Yeah.
That it's this bounty hunter. That's what they set out the show to be, was a day in the life of a bounty hunter going around the galaxy doing this. That he's a masked character who can't speak. Who can't like show his face. Can't engage with too much outward emotion. Right off the bat, neither the Kenobi series nor the Cassian Andor series can be that. They automatically have to have a different structure.
I understand that. The not being able to remove the mask thing is very strange because it's never been a plot point. So I wonder now, having seen so many episodes, and he's never removed the mask, and he's probably not going to until the last episode.
I don't think he's going to remove it season 1.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Why was that decision made for this show?
Because they couldn't get Pedro Pascal to be in
anybody.
It. That's the whole thing. Like, why even get a big name to voice him?
Yeah.
Like, if he's not going to be actually in the show, I don't know, man.
I mean, I stand by, like, I think the whole character thing is that this is not a person who was raised on Mandalore. This is a person who was... I know. Yeah. I'm saying, I think that this is a person who was adopted into this, and thus the arc is supposed to be about how what I think it is that he comes to realize that maybe believing 100% into this religion, holding to it, isn't the way that he should be doing things. That it's supposed to be him finding his own path away from this. That's what I think this is. Is that when he takes that off, is him recognizing that this is not the way.
So yeah, that'd be great.
The show's called The Mandalorian, though, so he has to be a Mandalorian, right?
He's a foundling. It's confirmed.
Okay, but I mean, like, that still makes him part of the Mandalorians.
Yeah, because he was found by the Mandalorians, and he was raised in the culture.
But it's not like all Mandalorians are the way that these Mandalorians are.
Yeah.
We've already talked about that. That we've seen Mandalorians in the Clone Wars who are not like this, and in Rebels, who are not like this. So he can find that other path.
Yeah.
One of you guys said on the last episode that you believe that the Purge happened before Rebels or after Rebels. I couldn't remember.
I don't.
It's before Rebels, right?
I think it's after. Because in Rebels, the Mandalorians are very much a unified species, except for the ones that have joined the Empire.
Isn't Rebels after 3?
Rebels is after 3. The Purge of the Mandalorians.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about Order 66.
No, not Order 66.
No, okay, yeah.
That's
fine, yeah.
I think that the Mandalorian Purge happened during the original trilogy.
Okay.
That's my theory. Could be wrong.
Yeah. It seems to line up.
Yeah, because we've seen the Mandalorians, and it would kind of make sense that they would want to like hold so tightly to their culture and it would be a progression from where we saw them in Rebels, because they are trying to hold on to their culture as the Empire is trying to take them over.
Yeah.
And if the Empire just decided to like purge the whole species, then that could be an interesting place to go with that. However, because none of that is in the show, it does create an issue for me, because we had plot progression, we had character development in the first 3 episodes, and then it just became this guy doing these things, and then he wins.
Yeah.
And we get nothing more about I have not learned anything more about this character since episode 3.
Yes. I was talking to them about this. this is reminding me of when we talked about Game of Thrones, because that was a very limited season, and 4 episodes in, like, okay, when's it gonna start picking up?
Yeah.
Because we don't have a lot of real estate, and that's how I feel with this show. It's like, and they haven't given me a clear trajectory of what the show's gonna be, so I don't know how to do it like Game of Thrones. Like, I know how that's probably gonna end, but I feel it's kind of aimless, and I feel like season 2 is really gonna be the okay, this is the show we wanted to make, and it kind of bums me out that like it's like we're kind of just like going like the grease of our wheels or whatever the phrase is, like we're going like the skin of our boots.
They're
or
flying
whatever.
by the seat of their pants.
Flying by the seat of the pants. They're like, man, we're pumping them out, and like season 2, we're in it. And that kind of bums me out.
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit.
I mean, if it was just a series about a day in the life of Mandalorian, every episode was like a day in the life of Mandalorian, then don't throw in Baby Yoda. In every single episode, they're mentioning, like in episode 5, when Ming-Na Wen is talking to the wannabe, he's like, hey, you bring him into the guild, you're gonna. It's like instant.
That's a good scene.
It like instant. You're in instantly. He killed so many people. He did all this stuff. And she's like, so let me help you. Shoots her. I'm like, oh, okay. But there's always they always bring up the child. Yeah. They always bring up Baby Yoda, and that still, and all they do is like,
it's the MacGuffin.
Even in episode 6, where the droid's like, I found some information. Nothing happens of it because he gets shot.
Look, the thing is that it is a day in the life of Mandalorian show. With the Baby Yoda has a purpose. The purpose is that it's made it so he can't go anywhere safe.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a safe haven anymore. Otherwise, the entire show would be these same beats, except that they would be actual bounty hunts, and they'd just be the first 10 minutes of that first episode over and over and over again with no stakes for him, because he's good, and there's nothing stopping him from doing what he's doing.
But we've seen that he's not that good.
Right, but my point being that Baby Yoda is the thing that makes it so, like, you have no safe haven, you have no continuous income, you have no protection, you're out.
So one of the reasons why Jon Favreau talks about bringing in the child, Baby Yoda, is because we don't know a lot about their species, and the idea was that he wanted to explore the species. 6 episodes in, 2 more left.
I don't think we're gonna
There's only this really cute moment in episode. I know we're jumping ahead to episode 6 a little bit, but he was like looks like he's trying to do the Force on the droid, and the droid gets blown up, and he's like looking at his hands like, did I do that?
No, but again, since episode 3, I have learned nothing more about either Baby Yoda or the Mandalorian.
Except he's 50 years old.
I learned that in episode 1.
Yeah.
Since episode 3, I have not learned anything new.
Episode 6, I think, is really poorly written because you have that Twi'lek who has a history with the Mandalorian, and she's saying these lines like, "Oh, you've always been paranoid, Mando."
Also,
and I'm like, I don't believe that. When has he been paranoid in the show?
And one more thing, and also the male Twi'lek, who I don't know the name,
the
brother.
Kin.
Who?
It's like Quinn.
Quinn.
Yeah. The Mandalorian opens up his cell. It's like, the man who left me is now my savior. How ironic. It's like, there's history. What happened?
Just saying these things doesn't make me feel that.
The idea that she says you've always been paranoid. Up until now, we have never seen him be paranoid.
No. He's a man of action.
Tell me about blah. Tell them about the mission on blah blah blah. Oh, I did what I had to do.
Yeah,
then
that's what I mean. Yeah. It reminds me of like some prequel writing where it's like, oh, they're trying to develop Anakin and Obi-Wan in like episode 2 just by telling us, and I'm like, this isn't that kind of show. At least it shouldn't be that kind of show. Right. This feels like a prestige show, but it's
Clancy Brown, by the way, as the
cool. Yeah. Everyone in this cast is awesome. Every character is somebody who's like Bill Burr as the guy with the shoulder cannon. That dude is a really hardcore like savage comedian, and he does not like blockbuster movies.
The only dialogue parts of episode 6 I really liked were the exchanges between him and the Mando and you don't like falafel guy.
Yeah.
Mark Boone Jr.
Yeah, that guy's great.
Thanks.
No problem.
Yeah, that guy's Bill in The Last of Us.
Yes.
Yeah. Again, like the whole cast, and Zero is Richard Ayoade, who's an awesome comedian. Like the whole cast is great. The writing is bad.
I want to say I think they missed the mark with Zero. Should have been 000 from the Dr. Aphra comic.
I did think Zero was really good.
Yeah,
I like Zero.
I like both the design and the character.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is make him a proper protocol droid. You did it.
I liked the design of the droid.
Yeah. So did I.
I liked it a lot.
Isn't it like an old Empire droid? Like,
Yeah, it looks
it looks like a version of a protocol of a protocol droid, not the C-3PO models.
Yeah.
But it does look like an Imperial protocol droid.
Yeah. Again, like I think like they all, except for the Twilight, they all look good. Like Bill Burr being like a sassy bounty hunter is never something I would ever see in the world, because that dude again doesn't like blockbuster movies. So the fact that he's in the show is really cool, but half of the dialogue sucks. And it just bums me out.
And again, with episode 6, I did like seeing the New Republic.
Yeah, I did too.
I liked seeing
those X-wings or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I liked going and seeing the that the New Republic is the law in town.
Yeah.
And I did like seeing that. I would like more of that, but that's just me because I like the politics of the
and that's cool. Here's a big problem I have with the New Republic thing.
Yeah.
I do not like that they put a timer on 20 minutes and they'll be here. And then they get to the cell and it's 15 minutes left. And then he's in the cell, there's 15 minutes left, he gets out, he shuts down the gates, and then he takes his time taking them out. And I'm like, I do not feel like
walking in the hallways real slow.
I don't feel like there's any
stakes
or tension to this. Why did we even put a timer on this? Like, I'd rather that timer not have been there, and him have just been like, if that wasn't there and he took his time, I'd be like, cool.
Mm-hmm. Dude, they could have even
but
said...
that those two ideas work so deeply against each other, I'm like,
I kind of wish he had actually killed them.
Yeah.
Instead of revealing
if they just would have said, like, don't even take 20 minutes, just say, dude, you better hurry, they're on their way. That's all you gotta say. So then you don't have to think about actual time.
But like, once those characters are trapped in there, they're only concerned with hunting him down. They're not concerned with the fact that the New Republic, as they said with their own words, is about to blow them all up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I agree, yeah.
Why does that go completely out the window after that? I don't understand.
Seat of their pants.
No, I agree, yeah.
Yeah.
That was the biggest problem I had with the episode, is like that main idea, that being the crux of it, was so counterintuitive to what was happening in the episode. I just couldn't.
This episode 6, which is almost the end of the show.
Which is why I didn't like it more than
5. This is the first episode where I was truly conflicted, where I'm like, okay, this looks like an HBO show, but the writing is of CW level. And it's just like, my expectations, like, I know it's a little late, but it's like...
I would even argue worse.
Yeah, at points, honestly, yeah. Because we just talked about Crisis.
It's video game writing.
It is video game writing.
Well, the whole show honestly does act like a video game.
Yeah.
I noticed...
But this episode felt like video game writing. Yeah. Like, when they're walking, like, doing the dialogue on the ship, when he fights Baby Yoda, I'm like, this is video game dialogue.
Yeah.
This is the on the way to the mission. This is the characters. Oh, archetype. When he did that mission, F that.
Generic.
Something that really bothers me is that Mandalorian is very smart in episode 5. He's very crafty. He thinks of all the
flash
avenues.
bombs.
He's able to do all these things. He's very intelligent. He sees what's about to happen and he moves forward with it, right?
Yeah.
In episode 6, the moment that Bill Burr's character picks up Baby Yoda and he's making jokes about making this his pet, I'm like, kill them all and leave. It's not worth it now. Yeah. It's not worth it now. You can't trust them. You can't get off the ship and leave him there with the droid on board. That's stupid.
Yeah.
It's so inconsistently stupid.
Because, like...
That I'm like, now that has happened, now that they know and that they've made threats like that, you kill them. It ain't worth it now.
Well, they did.
Go get money somewhere else.
We've seen him shoot people for less.
You owe nobody nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It makes him... So, there's always this argument of, like, who shot first, Han or Greedo?
It's Han.
It's Han.
It's Han!
And the reason...
McClunky.
The reason why it has to be Han is because it shows Han he's a scoundrel.
He has character development.
In the very first episode of The Mandalorian, we see him be that type of scoundrel. What happened to that?
This is what I'm saying. Like,
He's just Han Solo now. He's like a good guy. He's a bad guy with a heart of gold.
How did Clancy Brown survive the doors?
No.
Yeah, I thought he was
a big
dead.
alien boy.
I thought he was dead.
No, those doors like make no room for anything. Like that dude's dead.
His horns have been sawed off a little bit.
Whatever.
Maybe his
when those closed, I was like, ooh.
Yeah, maybe those doors just knocked his horns off, and
Possibly.
then he was.
Remember, this is the guy who closed the door on a guy and killed him.
Yeah.
Maybe they just really like Clancy Brown and they don't want to hurt him.
Okay, so one of the things that I realized watching the credits for this episode is that they will highlight the directors of this episode, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
Bryce Dallas Howard has said that she had a lot of free reign for her episode, and it made her father very jealous.
I believe it.
But when I realized that, I was like, who wrote this episode?
It was Favs or
the writers are not in the main credits.
Oh, they're not?
No.
Oh, that's bad. Isn't it mostly like Favs and Filoni? Oh boy. Yikes.
So I wonder,
that makes sense.
Obviously, the writers are credited; they
Yeah.
have to be. But when you get to the now, I've watching both episodes. When you get to the main credits where we see the it's the
Indian theme song?
no the
Oh, the promotion, like the art.
the artwork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Concept art.
Either the writer credit goes by very fast, or it's in the credit, or it's in the black credits.
Yeah, it's in like the secondary credits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Odd.
weird.
Yeah.
That's very weird.
I mean,
Is this show improv?
man, maybe. Sometimes it sucks. That I never noticed that. I definitely it's always first time as like the director.
Yeah.
I'm like, I had never really paid attention though. That's kind of.
And we've never talked about the writers.
Yeah.
No.
Like, let's be honest. Like,
Yeah.
we've never really talked about who's writing episodes.
Nobody does.
Yeah.
Right.
I never see it online. I never see it on the internet.
Can't
I never see it
imagine why.
anywhere.
Yeah.
I never see writers talked about on the show at all. And generally, when it comes to TV shows, that's all anybody talks about is
Yeah.
the writers, never the directors.
Yep.
The directors come out very much later,
Or just the showrunner.
or just the
in general.
showrunner in general. This is
It's because the directors are very famous.
yeah.
Also because they can make something look really pretty, but when you hear it, it's very different.
Yeah. So I'm just curious of what's going on the writing side of the show because nobody is ever talking about it.
I honestly, maybe there's like, we know this first season, it's not great.
Can I be like a pessimist? I'm nervous that there's not enough people saying what we're saying.
Oh yeah.
Because a lot of what I see on the internet is The Mandalorian is the best thing to happen in Star Wars since
Empire.
Since Empire.
Yeah,
Or
I've seen
Return of the
that too.
Jedi, and I'm like, I think you're wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good looking. It has things that I'm really happy to see in
There's definitely
Star
good
Wars.
stuff in it, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
But it is not the best thing since then, and you're wrong.
It feels like people who bringing up Last Jedi really dislike Last Jedi, and this is a kind of traditional.
DJ Tony Snark.
At me, I don't give a shit. It is more traditional, kind of like simple Star Wars, and it's a dude fighting other dudes, and it's Star Wars. So I think for a lot of people, that's all they need.
So for one of
Not for me. I need substance.
one of the reasons why I was really lukewarm on Star Wars Resistance, and one of the things that I noticed is that when you go too far away from the Star Wars formula, it gets a little dicey. What do we know as Star Wars? Everything that Star Wars has ever produced has always had a Force user, lightsabers, and scoundrels, and pirates, and things like that. If you kind of start to chip away at some of that stuff, you start to kind of question, am I still watching a Star Wars?
I know you have that theory. I don't feel that way about this.
I'm looking at the writers, by the way. So
I think that this show could entirely work just as it is, just as this slice of life with him protecting the child. It just needs to be written better in the singular episodes that it's doing.
Yeah.
Or if it's going to attempt to tackle something where it has that larger crew like the last episode 6 did, it needs to be longer so that those characters can breathe.
If you're going to...
Or a part 1 of a part 2.
Yes.
Yeah, episode 6 felt very, very rushed.
Yeah.
Episode 5 felt perfectly paced. I was engaged. I was enjoying this. And then the second episode 6 started, and they got into the breakout. I'm like, shit's gonna go south. Oh look, it went south.
Yeah.
Really quick, and they got resolved really quick. And then it's like, you're gonna double cross them. Someone here is gonna die. Oh look, like when Falafel guys like kill him, it's like, yeah, I saw that coming the second they betrayed the Mandalorian. I knew they were gonna die, and then I was like, he has something. He has that. Oh, there the X-wings. Pew pew pew.
okay, writers. The first 4 episodes are written by Jon Favreau.
Yeah.
Written by him. That's I didn't know that. He's a better writer than this.
Yes.
Episode 5.
Episode 3 was really good.
Episode 3.
Yeah.
Honestly, episode 1 through 3, I'd even argue 2.
Yeah.
I think 2 was good.
Yeah.
For like what 2 was doing,
I like 2.
2 was good. So 1 through 3, solid.
Yeah.
4 was a dip.
5 was Dave Filoni. Makes sense. It has a lot of Dave Filoni tropes.
Yeah,
I
it does.
I can see that one.
I liked 5.
Yeah. After talking about it, I'm a lot harder on 5 than I was. Episode 6 was written, strangely enough, written by Christopher Yost.
Okay, so
I do remember
the writers.
seeing that name.
Okay, so the writers are listed, but I definitely don't think it's first because I remember also seeing Yost's name on there.
Yeah.
It's definitely not first billing though.
Christopher Yost and Rick Fumiyawa
Yep.
are credited as writing the teleplay.
Yeah.
All of these people are better writers than what I've seen.
And honestly, again, I wouldn't even necessarily always blame them. I would be like, because like, I wonder how much Disney is letting them just do what they want.
Yeah.
Because it really feels like the show could be a lot bigger. It could be a lot more like mature. I feel like you do a lot more things than it's doing.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's being ham-fisted by Disney in some way that we don't know about.
Yeah, could be.
Because it feels very simple.
I think that's possibly true, but I also think Jon Favreau, who does not always like what he touched turned to gold.
Lion King.
Iron Man 2.
Iron Man 2.
Zathura.
I like that movie.
Zathura.
I did too. I just wanted to put it out there.
Cowboys and Aliens.
There we go.
Look,
I know.
Yeah.
Let's not open it. No, but my point being, I think that he's running a show where he had a particular idea with what was resources were at their disposal for the first season and the deadline of launching with Disney Plus, which I also think contributes to part of the episode order.
Probably true. Yeah.
could be.
So I think that what he structured in his mind was, I want to go about this with this idea of seeing these vignettes, but the child overarching thing that causes the stakes for the Mandalorian. And with that basic idea, that's how he's tried to structure it, but there hasn't been enough thought given to those individual vignettes.
It feels like, at the pace it's going, it feels like this is a 22 episode series, but it's only 8.
Yeah.
With with the filler episodes and not enough plot actually really happening for me. Again, like, maybe this is the show that they wanted to make and we're just not down with it. But like, it feels like...
I don't even know that we're not down with it, but I think that like... I think the intent is that feeling of just like, you know, going through the galaxy in Star Wars one day at a time, capturing these things. It's just that I don't think that the show needs to change. I don't think we need some like driving main plot thing.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to like know where it's going, have some like overarching intent, like he's protecting the child. It doesn't matter where that ends up.
Yeah.
Like we can just watch him protect the child and like what he has to do that. That's fine. I just think that the moments between need to be thought out.
It feels like all these scripts are like first drafts.
And yes, another character needs to be with him. I think that would make a world of difference. If those two things happened, we're fine. Yeah. You can do a different like adventure every episode or every 2 episodes, whatever, and I think that would be fine.
You have made the decision. Okay.
Sorry, real quick. This is not uncommon with Star Wars television. The first season is usually a little lackluster and trying to find its footing. This happened with every single TV show before now. Clone Wars did it, Rebels did it, and Resistance did it.
Droids.
So the live action is suffering from it too.
The Droids animated show. Everybody.
The live action.
Can you put a clip up there?
No. The live action show is suffering from it too, because although this is Jon Favreau, this is also Dave Filoni, and Dave Filoni trying to get this off the ground as well. And maybe season 2 will do the same thing all those shows have done and been like, we got it. Yeah. We figured it out, found the formula.
Yeah, it's possible. It's really possible. One of the things that I thought that the forward momentum I thought any forward momentum of the show would be good, but the forward momentum for the show would be trying to figure out, like, what is the child? Why does Werner Herzog want the child? And we're now 3 episodes away from the last time that plot was ever touched.
Yeah. Again, Mando and Baby Yoda. We don't know. We haven't learned anything about either of them in a while. And I'm like, they're the main characters.
The Mandalorian say, hey, we're going to our new place. See you there.
Okay.
Where's that?
Yep.
Show me that.
How does episode 6 end? I don't.
Episode 6 ends with the
they destroy
they make the X-wings go and attack, and they fly away.
Yeah.
I do think, and I wish it were more clearly stated, but how can you do it with a character like the Mandalorian who has nobody to talk to? But I do think that it's I'm scrounging for enough resources and money to get me around until I can find back to the Mandalorian home.
Mm-hmm. Could be.
And then figure out where I'm going from here. I think he's like it's supposed to feel like he's just getting by with the skin of his teeth right now.
Yeah.
Just to protect the child, just to like he's not trying to find answers right now. He can't focus on that. He's just like, where's the best place I can go right now to keep a low profile and keep him alive?
I really like I do like at the end of the episode when he takes the ball off his lover. And he's just like, I told you that was a bad idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And he hands it to Baby Yoda.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to find whatever way can get him to somewhere where they can just settle for a moment and think. Because he thought he had that in episode 4, as much as I don't like aspects of episode 4. That's what he was going for. I can drop this off. I can let this be. No, I can't. They're hunting me. And then immediately episode 5, he's being chased by another ship. Like they're on his tail. He's having to do whatever he can to keep himself moving right now.
I just want more.
I just wish that was more well conveyed. I wish we had some more window into what his plan is. Like what he's aiming to do, I think would be fine. I don't think we need to be driving so heavily towards like answers about Baby Yoda or anything like that for this season, because it's just 8 episodes, and I'm like, you gotta stretch this stuff out, even in a regular show.
Yeah.
Yep.
That is longer in episodes would stretch this out. But I do want some kind of like trajectory idea of is he just like waiting till he can get to where the other Mandalorians are? Is he waiting till he can hear about maybe where the child comes from, or is he trying to find that kind of information? Like, what is the resource he's heading towards next, and why?
Yeah, I just want more.
Yeah, I
like really just like sum up what I want in this show. One word.
It is
more.
Yeah, and again,
put that on the screen. More.
Maybe they don't want to give us a lot, and they just do want us to explore this world. But like for me, it feels like it's meandering, and like I just want to know more about my main character, because like the further we get on and we don't learn more about the character, the less I care about him. And like he's a cool dude and he does like cool stuff, but like I don't know shit about the dude.
You already had a hard time.
Yeah, and I still like Pedro Pascal's voice is cool, but I know he's not under the mask.
I wonder in a weird way if I'd sit down with this whole thing and feel it better as like a long film. When it's
again,
done.
maybe if the episodes were longer, I would have easier connection.
Or like, and that's a weird thing that happened because like I'm kind of anti binge, and I'm glad that they're setting it out a week at a time, and yet I'm like maybe sitting down in one session and just watching, because I'm like picturing like the end of episode 4, like the bounty hunter just getting shot in the back, and it's like they're gonna keep coming after him. Cut to beginning of episode 5, bounty hunter chasing them in the ship in space, having to crash land the ship, get the money to fly away, go, need more money still. Running low on funds because we had to pay to repair the ship. Oh, here we go.
It makes me wonder if they had like a hard decision to make it binging or not binging. You know what I mean? Like they're like, should we release it all at once? But like we know like people stop talking about it as quickly, and because it's Star Wars, we need to do it weekly. But maybe they didn't have enough substance to make it weekly.
I definitely prefer the weekly format, so I'm glad that they went with that regardless, because it's made other streaming services start to take note and do it. Yeah. Because I'm tired of the binge watching. Yeah. It's too hard. It's too hard.
When I was younger, like when Netflix first, like with Stranger Things season 1, the Netflix
when there were less shows.
Daredevil season 1, like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. When there were 1,000 shows a week. Yeah.
When it wasn't like watch all this now or never watch it at all.
Dark Crystal. Yeah.
There are so many shows
every
that
week
I just haven't watched because of that.
Like when Dragon Prince came out, I binged pretty much the entire season in one day. I did recently for season 3.
Voltron.
Yeah, Voltron.
I'm trying to get you guys to watch Voltron.
Yeah, and it's still on my queue list, and I still haven't touched it.
You did start, to your credit.
That's okay.
I started too.
2 seasons in.
He got further.
Yeah, he's way further than I am. Holy crap.
I took a break because I wanted to be closer to actually like being ready to talk about it on YouTube with you before I watched the rest of the show.
New show coming.
But I took notes.
Oh, good. I didn't. Just go back to
I think this show still looks great. I love Star Wars, like the world, so being in it is fun.
Except for the Twi'leks, for some reason.
And that was like, when I saw the trailer...
Really weird.
When you see the trailer and you see that character and she like goes back and winks, like when you see her for a second, I'm like, oh yeah, a mean Twi'lek character? Hell yeah! And she sucks!
So Twi'leks in Return of the Jedi look better than she does.
Oh boy.
And I'm like, how is this happening? Her,
isn't Shakti she Twi'lek or no?
No,
she has weird head things.
There is one
Shakti is different. She's not.
Okay. But there is a Twi'lek Jedi who gets shot on the
Shakti's a
Ayla Secura is a Shakti.
Yeah, the Secura,
Twi'lek.
Is a Twi'lek.
That was good 15 years ago.
Those headpieces, the back headpieces in this one, they're so rigid.
Yeah.
And they don't look rigid on other Twi'leks. They're a lot looser.
They're floppy.
They move, and these ones don't. And I'm like, this looks weird.
Yeah.
Hey guys, we know Hera lived through the Battle of Endor. Bring her in.
Who?
Hera
is the captain
Rebels.
on Rebels.
Okay.
She is a Twi'lek.
Cool. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay.
Should have been her.
She yellow?
Not acting like
she
that,
yellow?
but she should have been her.
I think she's green.
Okay, I don't remember.
She would have had to have been in a different episode.
I know.
Twileks are cool, but not right now, I guess.
She's old now.
You're right. Most Twi'leks might age differently.
It's true.
No, she was older when we saw her.
Oh, you're right.
Oh no, we don't see her, huh? Is it just Sabine and Ahsoka at the end?
Sabine!
Yes, it's just Sabine and Ahsoka.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we see Hera.
Oh, with her kid. With her kid, yeah.
Yeah, she was older.
Rebels is great, guys.
Rebel stuff, baby.
Oh, that's another show I need to watch.
Yep.
Worth your time.
Yep.
I bet it is.
Much like this show, again, season 1 is a bit of a slog. So I'm willing to give them like benefit of the doubt to like kind of experiment it and figure this out. It sucks that it's kind of rough.
Yeah.
I do think that I like that the show. What I like about the show, besides like the obvious things that we've talked about, I do like that the show is different. I do like that the show is this weird like vignette style storytelling. It's not something you get in Star Wars usually. It's not something you get in television usually. Yeah. And I'm kind of into it. I just wish they could nail down the writing better from episode to episode, and I'd be on board 100%.
I agree.
I'm there.
Yeah,
I'm still a fan of the show. I still cannot wait to watch it at the end of my week.
But
after episode 6, even when I was done watching, I was like, that could have been better.
I'll be honest. If I didn't desperately want to be on the show with you guys, I would have waited a long time.
I waited until
put you on Watchmen.
I waited until yesterday to watch this episode. So I mean,
to be fair, it did come out Friday.
I'm sorry. Oh yeah, I guess you're right. Well, I guess you're right. Okay, yeah.
So you didn't wait that long. But here's the thing.
But I usually on Star Wars on day one. I wasn't day one.
So for Disney Plus, I bought Disney Plus because I was like, I want to watch The Mandalorian. So
a lot of people did.
So I'm
guilty.
Getting ready. I got my tablet down. I'm doing my work. I'm going to turn on The Mandalorian. Do you know what I decided to do instead? Watch The World According to Jeff Goldblum. Then I'm like, I'll watch The Mandalorian then. Do you know what I decided to do then? Watch the rest of the Imagineering story.
Yep.
It took me a while to get to the point where I was like, okay, now I should watch The Mandalorian.
But it worked. Mandalorian got you in the door, but Disney Plus hooked you anyway.
It's true.
Yeah.
With its other programming. It worked.
But what I'm trying to say is, at the beginning, I was like, this is must see. I want to see this now. And now I'm just kind of like, I'll watch it when I watch it.
I am glad that I was watching it because regardless of everything else, I'm like, I would have been pissed if I was missing the Baby Yoda moment.
Yeah, 100%.
We were all part of that where we're like, the show is one thing, we watch it, the show is not one thing.
And then it looped around to that one thing.
I can't, honestly, if Baby Yoda wasn't in the show, it would lose. I think he'd lose a lot.
Yeah,
it would lose a lot because he would just be talking to nobody.
Again, that's the thing is it needed stakes of some kind.
Yeah,
that's what he provides.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, we will call it there. Still optimistic. Still looking forward to the show. I am curious how I'll feel about it when all is said and done. Can go back through the season.
Waiting for Giancarlo Esposito to show up as Grand Moff, whatever his name is.
I'm saying,
I am too. Who the F is this guy? I saw a picture 6 months ago.
I saw him talk about it at D23.
God.
I was so excited. Anyway, no. Okay,
we're done.
So we'll talk more about The Mandalorian next week.
Yep.
We will do just one episode next week, and we'll do it all together, and then the week after, we'll return with the last episode. Probably Sans Ryan, unless we decide to wait.
I'll be in Chicago. I don't mind.
Yeah,
I'll watch it on my own. I'll Skype in.
So we'll be doing that. Meanwhile, watch us talk about Crisis on Infinite Earths, the first 3 episodes of that crossover event. We just recorded it the same day. You'll notice because we're wearing the same clothes.
Yeah.
I was gonna jump and say we should switch shirts.
I was thinking. I actually almost brought a different shirt. Yeah. I probably should have, and a different hat.
No
chance. Everything is lies. So go ahead and check that out. That'll be here around the same time as this is dropping on YouTube, which is whenever I feel like it and can get it done. Welcome to finals and holidays.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
There's still a Star Wars retrospective episode that has to come out. Woo! Check that out. We collaborate with the Downright Nerdy podcast.
Rise of Skywalker comes out next week.
I know. I'm so excited.
We're in the midst of a lot. That'll do it. We'll be back with Fake Nerds Watch for Mandalorian next week. If you have been watching our Watchmen episodes, the last episode of that will be out very soon. Probably the first one of these that'll go up because it's the finale.
I'll be on that one too.
No!
No, you won't.
You're right.
Yeah. All right. So that'll do it.
Excuse me, what?
That'll do it. If you have any thoughts about Mandalorian, feel free to get at us in the comments.
Please
and
let
all
us
that kind
know.
of stuff. You can check us out. We're all from Fake Nerd Podcasts. You can check us out wherever you listen to podcasts. Blah, blah, blah. Spotify, iTunes, all that good stuff. You can check out all the rest of our stuff here on YouTube, Basement Arcade, Fake Nerds Watch, all that fun stuff. Brandon, where can they find you?
BT McClure on Instagram and Twitter.
Excellent.
This time.
Yes,
Yeah.
awesome.
Ben Magnet27 on Instagram and Twitter.
Incredible. Ryan?
DJ Tony Snark and everything. Sensational.
Fantastic.
Outstanding. Outstanding.
I'm Spark Switty. You can find me at Spark Switty on Instagram and Twitter.
That's the bee's knees.
There's some bee's knees. This is the right show. All right, until next time, stay fake nerds.
This is the way.
It always impresses me. Some things that Ben just hasn't heard.
Yeah.
It's not a slight.
I know.
He does Welcome to the Jungle.
What?
He does all of them. Oh, yeah.
Welcome to the jungle. We've got fun and games.
He does Gin and Juice. Yeah. So look up Richard Cheese.
I think you might enjoy it.
You
Yeah.
probably like him a lot.
Go googling Dick Cheese.
Hey Google, Dick Cheese! What?